Hello and welcome to the OCVarsity Gridiron Show Week 4. I am your host, freelance video journalist Jonathan Khamis, being joined by Dan Albano to my left and Steve Fryer to my right. Let's go ahead and talk about our game of the week, which features 3-1 Edison at 4-0 San Clemente, a battle of public schools. You gotta love it in the top 10. Now, Edison, what did they do last week? They had a comeback. Steve, you were there. The Chargers defeated San Juan Hills after trailing 17-0. How's that for a boost in confidence?
Well, that was fantastic to see that happen. And Edison's quarterback, listed at 5'9". I'm not sure he's quite there yet, but Braden Boyles was wonderful. Man, that guy played really well. He's a very brave quarterback and throws the heck out of the football, too. I think San Clemente's defense has been playing so well. It's kind of hard to get a feel for them because they've only played San Diego County teams so far and going 4-0. Some of those teams are pretty good. Like, you go to Oceanside and win, that's a nice win, and that's what San Clemente did. So I would go, I generally go with the rankings, fellas, so I'm going with San Clemente in this one.
Yeah, San Clemente, they've just, hey, get out of San Diego, guys. Face some OC opponents. Leave them alone. Y'all went 4-0 against them. There's some big boys doing some damage, the Tritons are. They beat Lincoln last week, Dan, 29-0, and the defense held them to 152 yards. It's the Tritons. It's the Chargers. Who you got?
I'm also picking San Clemente, and I'm also super happy that they're playing some Orange County teams. I think really for the Tritons this week, there's a few things going on. Defensively, they're playing well. I mean, they've been quarterback right, with Sam Darnold and all these guys. They've only thrown for 2 touchdowns this season, so they're really running it well with a trio of James Bowles. One of their quarterbacks, they're rotating quarterbacks, but Nick Billups is doing a good runner. And then Ashton Whitsett has also emerged as 3 running backs, and they've actually got 7 interceptions. So I like that defensive matchup. But I think also for the Tritons this week is they got to take a page probably out of El Medina. There's some controversy swirling around that San Clemente campus, the allegations of racism comments made at the last week's game. So, El Medina, what did they do last week? They had a tragedy at one of their students died in an accident on campus, and that El Medina football team, looked to football as a positive as they're released to help them cope with some of the stress and distractions going on. You got to think that's going on in San Clemente. And I think maybe the Tritons can use that, their trade of football, their dedication to the sport as an outlet, and help them, rally for a win.
Okay, let's stay in South County where we will talk about 2-2 San Juan Hills, and they will be at 4-0 Tesoro. And before we preview this game, our best wishes are out to head coach Matt Poston, who is, I believe, currently undergoing a open heart surgery, and we wish him the best. He's one of the good guys in high school football, and our thoughts are with you, Coach. We'll see you on the sidelines real soon. Okay, Tesoro, they outscored their last 4 opponents 183-44, but the combined teams, Steve, are 1-13. So this might be the biggest and best matchup for Tesoro because, as we know, San Juan Hills, when they're on, they are on.
Yeah, San Juan Hills was a lot of fun to watch last week. Hudson Jones, pretty good quarterback, throws a nice ball. And, we talk about Joey Hobart being a playmaker, and they've got good dudes on the defensive side of the ball, too, at San Juan Hills. Good group of linebackers over there. Thing about Tesoro that's sort of interesting is, the teams they played are 1-13 right now. But it wasn't like, Coach Poston went cupcake shopping at all, because all these teams, 3 of the 4 teams they've beaten were in the playoffs last year, and the one that wasn't, Whittier, was 7-3 last year. So, it looked like this was going to be a pretty good schedule for them, but it hasn't turned out this way. But this is going to be a good matchup. Jeepers, guys, I think San Juan Hills, they got to rally back. It's going to be interesting what Tesoro has. I think they're a little bit of a question mark in my mind right now. But, if you're going to ask me who's going to win, which I know you're going to do anyway. So I'm going to go with those Titans of Tesoro.
Okay, let's talk about those Titans of Tesoro. We talked about San Clemente beating a lot of San Diego teams. Yeah. This will be Tesoro's first Orange County matchup as well. So who you like in this one, Dan?
Well, first off, I got a hashtag for the Tesoro Titans student section, and the team it's a hashtag win for Poston.
I like it.
Come on.
And this is actually a bell game, so I think a bell is going to be on the line the first time ever. So you got that as well.
How many bells are out there?
There's a lot of bells.
So hashtag for Poston, and I've been waiting for the Titans to play somebody, and the schedule turned out to be, The thing that concerns me about their schedule, why I haven't ranked them higher, because they're very talented. I'll tell you that in a second. It's just that the teams, forget about the playoffs thing. They're playing teams that are Division 11, Division 9, Division 4, Division 10. And that's not, I mean, I don't know what's up with that schedule, but they're very, very talented. Sean Lindgren's having a great year. He's already, he's completed 65% of his pass as a first-year starting senior quarterback. 15 touchdowns, only 1 pick. Zach Ran is off to a hot start, 550 yards, 5 TDs. And, of course, Justin Schaefer, 30 catches already, 8 touchdowns. I think that's either as many TD receptions he had last year or more for over 300 yards. I'm picking the Titans. I think they're loaded. And I think, for San Juan Hills, they got to get Austin Hogan going. That's in their ground game where they had 30 carries last week. Against Edison and only averaged about 3 yards a carry. So, and I don't think it's going to be 7-6 like last year, fellas. So I think it'll be a little bit more explosive.
By the way, when you were talking about Tesoro's schedule, about Division 11, Division 12 guys, stuff like that, just got a text from Matt Post, and he's getting off the operating table. He's coming to get you, Dan.
Oh, there we go.
I mean, he's feeling better, so I'm happy about that.
All right, let's go. All right, final game, guys, is 3-0 Foothill taking on 3-0 Yorba Linda. When's the last time Foothill was undefeated and 3-0 to start the season off the top of your head without looking at my notes, guys?
I would say it's probably been about 5 years or so.
No, it's been longer. 2007, so great start for the Knights. Jeepers. Yeah, man, Jeepers Creepers. Okay, hey, Yorba Linda, they beat Capel last week, 29-14. Keaton Haddad had 121 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns on 33 carries. That running back going old school with that amount of carries, huh, Steve?
Yeah, he's pretty good. But the thing that I think Yorba's strength right now is their defense, especially with safety. Luke Gigliotti has 35 tackles. He's been pretty good. Defensive tackle Tristan Kramer has 3 sacks. He's pretty good too. Big offensive lineman Nathan Cordona. They're really strong on the inside. That obviously interior lines is where football is won. Yorba Linda's quite strong there. Foothill's been running the ball pretty well with Pistone's doing pretty good for them. But yeah, I like Yorba in this game. They're the second best team in that Crestview League behind Villa Park. I know Villa Park got smackarood 59-zip the other day, last week. But still, by Mission Viejo. But still, I think Yorba's at least the second best team in that league. I'm looking forward to seeing how Yorba plays against Villa Park. But right now, they're playing against Foothill. I know Coach Doug Case at Foothill. He's been, taking his lumps over them and waiting for this group to come up and become seniors. Got a good group, but I still like Yorba in this game, guys.
Okay, let's talk more Knights, Dan. They haven't given up more than 14 points per game this season. Yeah. And, hey, in their last meeting last year, Yorba Linda stomped Foothill 30-3. Do you think we'll see a similar score, or will this be more competitive?
I'm going to pick Yorba Linda to win this game. We'll see how well the Knights are going to play. They're actually coming off a bye week, so that's going to really help them get ready for this game. It's a really step-up game for, as far as the kind of competition they're playing. Because in my mind, the question I'm starting to ask is, can Yorba Linda beat Villa Park? And how serious a contender are the Mustangs? Because right now, yes, the Villa Park is playing tough competition, but they're also really struggling. And I think it's part of its competition against Mater Dei and Mission Viejo. But for Villa Park to lose 59-0, there's obviously some issues. And I think, Yorba Linda is doing some good things. And if that game's close, maybe the Mustangs can pull an upset. Luke Peterman has played well for Foothill quarterback, 60% completions, 410 yards, 6 TDs, and no interceptions. There's a couple underrated quarterbacks in this game because I've also, Gio Mikulev has played really well and has been improved at quarterback for Yorba Linda. He doesn't have a touchdown. He doesn't have an interception either. 5 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. So both these quarterbacks playing pretty well, but I think Yorba Linda is just kind of ascending at another level. And, I think Foothill could win the North Hills.
Okay. No Trinity talk this week. My goodness, we did it. Be different.
The Brea Linda people love you picking Foothill to win that North Hills right now. I can hear the guys up in Wildcat Way talking about that right now.
J. Sarah Calabasas is a great game, and so is Villa Park Servite. So I'll throw out. There's a couple of, a couple good games of that.
Couldn't go 1 week. We couldn't. But yes, there are some awesome games all over Southern California. We preview
And we did
the
this
three
whole
best.
thing without mentioning the school in the corner of Bristol and Edinger. Can you believe that, America?
Wow. But there is a car wash setting up in your driveway. So make sure to check that out. Steve's place. Hit it up. All right. Thanks to Dan. Thanks to Steve. And we'll see you at the games.
I need more wax, Fryer.